Hello, live chatters and mad hatters. This is Douglas George Bloch, closing this door. Welcome to May 8th, 2022. Happy Mother's Day, all you mothers. Raise your hand if you're a mother. Ann C., do you have kids? Amber, do you have kids? Niema, do you have kids? Lazy Eye Ranch, I'll wish you a happy Mother's Day because I know you have a son. Jason Clulo. Marius, all right, nice to see you. Thank you for your regular donations, which again, we need more than ever. Our views have dropped to a new low as of Friday night. I don't know what's going on. I can't explain it really. Hey, Jennifer, happy Mother's Day to you. If you have a kid, you have children, well, happy Mother's Day, Niema. How old are your children? A son, yes. Wonderful mother and son relationships. Hey, Jennifer. Nice to see you again. Happy Mother's Day. They sell Mother's Day in the UK? They must. A woman named Anna Jarvis lobbied hard and fast to create Mother's Day in America. And once it got created, she was so upset because it got commercialized. You know, it's the biggest day of the year for the floral industry, the florists, right? Checking again. Hello, Douglas and everyone. Yes, Jennifer Miranda, nice to see you. You have one son, he's 11. What a lovely age. It's in March in the UK? Wow. Real problems with 16-year-old. That's a difficult age, Amber Gardner. Absolutely difficult age. Teenagerhood. Whoa. Mother's Day in March. So it's an American thing, the second Sunday in May. Well, 15, 14, 30, 11, 6. My God, you were busy. Happy Mother's Day to all pet parents, too. That's right. Well, Bruce Bloch is wishing us Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day from the grave. I'll tell you that. Boy, did we take good care of him. A reminder to those of you who just tuned in, this is the Depression Recovery Hour with Pastor Doug, aka Douglas George Bloch, born February 22nd, 1949 in Flushing, New York, raised outside of New York City. And nice to see you all. This is our weekly live chat we've been doing every Sunday since July of 2016. 2017, we're going on our 5th year anniversary. Your 12-year-old son has fallen out with you, but does that mean he's not talking to you? I mean, usually preteen, teens is difficult times. So I don't know if it sounds like he's not speaking to you or something. Anyway, hang in there. Children do come around eventually. Hey, Reef, nice to see you. So anybody have successes? Neurosis could be a problem with ambience. I'm not quite sure what ambience means in this case, but nice to hear from you. Libero. Lagai, happy Mother's Day to everyone. And Lagai, I've never asked if you have your own kids. I know you have pets. You think this? Yeah, I'm not quite understanding what you said, Libero. Hey, Bandits Mina. Hey, I haven't seen you in ages. God, aren't you from somewhere in Europe? Yeah, I remember, but you were, no, you weren't having the problems with the children, were you? Maybe you were. I forget. So many people have come and gone from this chat. Hard to keep track of them. LS16, Michelle, 2 daughters, 17 months apart, 34 and 33. You must be a proud parent. Jennifer Tiana, I love your hat. I love your name. Thank you for coming. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we had 2,900 views. We used to have 12,000 last August. You go tell me. Oh, neurosis can be influenced by the place where you live. Thank you, Libero. Now I know what you mean by ambience. Yeah, of course. If you're living in New York City, it's hard not to be neurotic. Niema, you have a full house. Hope they're treating you like a queen today. Nice. Oh, I love your little icon, Lazy Eye Ranch. Well, yesterday I uploaded a very popular video, and as it should be, because a lot of you guys and gals are dealing with this, including me. It's called What is Complex PTSD? Question mark. My new video, and I wonder if any of you have had a chance to see it. Tackles a very important question. That's the question of trauma, or an issue, not really a question, an issue. When I was working in the addictions field, volunteering there en route to getting a certificate, I noticed that virtually everybody who had gone into drug and alcohol treatment had issues with trauma. Hey, greetings from Denmark. I have an old friend. I used to coach in Denmark. I should look him up. Marius, thank you for your normal €5 contribution. Thank you for saving my life. We will never forget you. Benson, are you the mother with the two children who was having a hard time? Refresh my memory. No, that was somebody else. Anyway, refresh my memory. You were here. You were in bad shape. That I remember, and I'm glad we were able to help you. Very important stuff. You watched it. What do you think, Jennifer? Could you relate to any of the things I was talking about? My protein drink. I'm a little late today. I've been trying to solve this chess problem with my friend Stuart. Anybody get any ideas? I'll email you the position. Yeah, so an important announcement at 12:13 on May 8th. Unbeknownst to many people, there's hardly anybody gone to it. I have a website, a personal website called douglasbloch.com. If I can find it. It's got to be around here somewhere, isn't it? Here it is. Simple mail, firstandlastname.com, right? Well, I have shown you week after week, month after month, year after year, this two-sided thing called self-care activities to improve your mood. I'm going to be doing an audiobook based on these strategies. And the other side is boost your psychological immune system. If you go to douglasbloch.com, on the first page, you can click on a link and you get the free downloadable PDF of that diagram. So you don't have to write to me. You don't have to ask here. Yeah, people, let's climb the most difficult road. Yeah, certainly a difficult road. I don't know if that's the most difficult. I'd say it's one of the most difficult. Chronic pain's pretty bad. Worried about one of my fur kids. He has an abscessed tooth and is suffering. I have an appointment for his vet, but it's 8 days from now. Abscessed tooth is very painful. I need to watch for sure my teen has serious trauma and turns to drugs to block out. Very, very common. Very, very common. Thank you, Jason, for your contribution. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jennifer. I just said before, but I did go to a psychologist. Well, that's great. Mental health treatment, you can't beat it. Anyway, as I was saying, if you go to my website, douglasbloch.com, you will see. Matter of fact, I think what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you how you can download this. This has been used by therapists all over Portland, or at least some. So, hang on, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going over to my website. Over here, I'm going to my ministry. I'm going to. I should just type it in, shouldn't I? Here it is, Douglas Bloch, Mental Health Educator. Okay, should have a screenshot. Really, I'm going to take a photo of this, guys, really quickly. Just bear with me. All right. So, right here on the website, it says, I don't know if you can see it, the light. It says, click here for a downloadable PDF of this thing. And I don't know why the light's so bad. There it is. Click for a downloadable PDF of Healing for Depression and Anxiety. If you go directly to douglasbloch.com, you will get a free downloadable PDF of something that I have been using for 25 years that I think you will find extremely helpful. All right. In the place where you live, have impact on neurosis, how to overcome this? Well, yeah, I don't know. You could either move from the place you live, or you can try to make adjustments and adapt the best you can. That's what I would recommend. Yeah, a lot of people turn to drugs to block out trauma. Absolutely, no question about that. No question about that. So, what are you ladies, women, doing to celebrate Mother's Day with your children, your young adult children, children you live with, or what are you young people doing to celebrate Mother's Day with your mother? Although most people here, at least in their 30s. Sarkoja, thanks, buddy. You're more than welcome. Again, free downloadable PDF of self-care activities to improve your mood. Strategies I've been using since 1997. That's 25 years ago, by the way. We're hitting the 25th anniversary, July 14th. where 25 years ago, 1997, bunch of people came together in a circle of 12, held a consciousness of my healing, said some prayers. In 72 hours, I started to get better. 72 hours later. So, 25 years, it's a long time, and it went by just like that, guys. So, make sure every day counts, because you never know when it'll be your last. This is Depression Recovery Radio Hour, Television Hour, YouTube Hour. Please ask your questions about mental health recovery. We're here to help you get educated and also to help you support each other on this Mother's Day. You know, the feminine, the mother, you know, it's so important. We have too much masculine energy in the world and imbalance, right? Women usually don't start wars, do they? Like the war in Ukraine, right? So celebrating the feminine, the divine feminine today is really, really important. All right. Any questions? Just shoot. Let me know. We went out to have lunch and to have fun book and toy store. That's cool. Going to call my sister. She's 17 years older and has helped raise me. Wow. Then I'll probably call my son's grandmother, my ex-mom-in-law, who is a wonderful person. Well, that's nice. Your ex-husband wasn't so wonderful, but it's nice that his mother is. My niece had the same thing, a really, really bad first relationship with an alcoholic, but the mother was really, really saintly. Yeah, sometimes good parents have very, very negative children. I don't know why that. The fixings also, beautiful flowers in a ribeye steak. Well, I don't eat meat, but the beautiful flowers sound nice. My partner Joan's been a little bit down lately, so we're going to go to New Seasons and get her a nice bouquet of flowers. I want to look for a new cat today at the Humane Society. That's what I want to do for my Mother's Day. All right, we only have, how many people are here right now? 38 people. Let's hit that like button. We normally get around 70. I know it's earlier in the day. Probably a lot of people are out celebrating right now. It's noon hour, so I'm sure some of our regular visitors. RCB, Rachel, nice to see you. Haven't heard from you in a while. Probably the UK people are the most people who are going to be here today, because the Americans are probably out and about with their family. Anyway, nice to see you, RCB. Having a hard time with intrusive thoughts of my childhood. I don't know how to make them stop. Well, Mr. Stock had 3 years, a left ear, a right ear, and then a final front ear. Thank you for the PayPal donation. Oh, a final frontier. Oh my God, that's horrible, Edward Steiner. Thank you for your donation. That was, Star Trek, The Final Frontier. Hello from Germany. I've always wanted to go there. Show they make wherever. Heard about Margaret Thatcher? Okay, you're right. There's an exception. But in general, how is it possible to overcome sadness and feeling lonely? That's a tough one. Well, try to reach out for people. Try to get social support. Find a good therapist. Jennifer Deanna, what happened? Do you want to share? Not quite sure what she said. But by the way, really bad joke, Edward. Thank you. Oh, intrusive thoughts. Yeah, well, I have hit the like button. Let's get about 40 people here. How to stop intrusive, I think it's, and obsessive thoughts. So Jennifer, I did a video called How to Stop Intrusive and Obsessive Thoughts. It's one of my most popular videos. Go for it, see what you can find. Tessa Thomas, hi from the UK. So happy to have access to you this way. Well, I'm glad you're here. I think you're a new person. Kelly Burns says meditation helps with childhood trauma and intrusive thoughts. Thanks for making me smile, Edward Steiner. Well, someone like your joke. Here's a joke I told in this last video. Why did they call it the Dark Ages? Because there were so many knights. Yes, so many knights. And which knight invented the round table? Was it Sir Lancelot, Sir Gawain? No, it was Sir Cumference who invented the round table. And of course, what was my favorite dessert when I was teaching math for 40 years? Well, it was pie, of course. Okay, 3 puns in a row. I like circumference. What do you call two guys standing beside Kurt and Rod? Jared S., you're back again. You had the greatest jokes last week. I'm a little bit uncomfortable here because my hip is hurting me. Mark Nichols, thank you for your videos. They were helpful to me. Only recently discovered your channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Suffer from health anxiety, Amber. That's a tough one. That's very hard to overcome because you have this conviction there's something wrong with you. Even when there's not, it's hard to be talked out of it. Anyway, Tessa, nice to see you. Silver Moon. I want to go do a tour of UK. I lived in London when I was 32 years old, 33. It was a long time ago. That was 40 years ago, guys. Susan Jones, I never tire of your math jokes. Keep them coming. I'm sure I could find a lot more if I just looked on the... Someone go look on the internet. Oh, why did the math book see a psychiatrist? He had too many problems. I mean, that's dumb, isn't it? There must be some other good math jokes that are better than that. Liverpool, England, thank you for the videos. They're helpful. Oh, yes, Liverpool, the home of the Beatles. Traffic jams are pretty popular. People are lining up for them. Absolutely. Jared, you're doing it again. You're coming up with good jokes, and I'm going to write them down today. Math jokes are a big plus, just like the flag of Switzerland is also a big plus, isn't it? Okay, Jared, I'm taking a picture. Anyway, on my website, douglasbloch.com, it has all of my depression work, my suicide prevention work, my anxiety work, my affirmation work. I've been working for 50 years actually now, writing books on various aspects of self-help. They're all there on that website. Yeah. How many tickles does it make to take an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. That was actually my last video before this one. I use that joke. Yeah, if Satan lost his hair, that would be hell to pay. Yep, I use that also, Jared. All right. Yes. I failed so many times at school I can't even count. That's good. That's good. I'll take a picture of that. You guys are helpful with your jokes. I appreciate it. Okay, anyway, on a more serious note, two things. Hit that like button so we can get some more views here, and please ask any more questions or share anything on mental health recovery. We're at 45. Keep up the good work. And Amber Gardner says, it's been awful. However, now my daughter having problems with health, anxiety seems to have vanished, and my intrusive thoughts have switched to my daughter. Interesting. Yeah, the brain, when it's not operating well, boy, oh boy, it creates a lot of suffering. Well, it's just a matter of trying to figure out what circuits are gone. Sometimes medication is very helpful. There's a medication I'm not going to say because I might be accused of promoting something or treating something, but I think it's in the SSRI category and been very helpful for people. Talk to your prescriber about finding medications to help with intrusive thoughts, as well as, of course, there's cognitive behavioral ways of doing that. It's a very good book called Brain Lock. By Brain Lock by Jeffrey Schwartz for OCD. Very, very helpful book. I highly recommend it to all of you. You take Zoloft? Well, that helps for some people. You love that joke. Ken will start a potluck. They tell me to bring a friend. What did the cannibal get when he was late for dinner? The cold shoulder. That's pretty good, isn't it? I just remembered that. Okay. All right. We're getting some cannibal jokes there. And my boss says he's going to sack the person with the worst posture I ever had. Punch, it's going to be me. Yep, I use that already. I got charged $20 to go to a Prince concert, but I partied like it was 1999. What did E say to I? Get real. What did I say to E? Be rational. Wow, well, you guys are just on a roll, aren't you? How wonderful. Thank you so much. Making my Mother's Day really happy. Holden McGroin. Nice to see you. Well, another week. I'm trying to get myself mentally ready to return to work. Any suggestions on how? I'm in the security industry, by the way. Well, maybe you could practice going back to where your job is and do some just, affirmations. I'm going to succeed here. Just visualize yourself going into the future and seeing yourself going back at work with ease, with grace, with, competency. Picture the way you want it to be. Zarkoha. How to point if a therapist is really helping. I feel that blessed me to talk to someone freely, but only for a short while. Next day I'm in the hole again. Well, talk to your therapist about that. Here's the key. Feed a man a fish. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Have your therapist give you some tools and coping strategies to bring you out of that hole. Yeah, what do you call fake lasagna and pasta? That's very good. I've used that also, and I love lasagna and pasta. Again, if you're down in a hole and you're trying to get some coping strategies, here it is: self-care activities to improve your mood. You can email me, douglasblog@gmail.com, or better yet, you can go to my website, personal website, at douglasbloch.com. I went to the binocular store and they charged me £200 per pair. They sure saw me coming. Hey, Jack Henry, hit the like button, thanks. Yes, if only I could hit the like button on my own station. I tried to sue the airline for losing my baggage, but I lost my case. Jared, where are you getting these? They're very good. All right, one more picture and that's it, man. I've got enough jokes to fill me up for the next couple of videos. All right, no more photos. Douglas, do I have children? I always wanted to have children. I have 2 godchildren. They're absolutely wonderful people. One is named Amy, one is named Phineas. Phineas is 42, Amy's 31. Let me show you a picture when they were much younger. I'm going to grab this. This was taken to National Alliance for Mental Illness 2005 NAMI walk. NAMI, it does these, they did before the pandemic, these walks. I wonder if they're having this year. It's always the 3rd week in May. I won a trip to California. It was a big surprise. Kombucha. I always loved that drink. I'm here to tell you I started watching videos when I was in the worst of my depression. I thought that was no way out. Thank you for everything. You're more than welcome. You should never start a conversation with pot, just goes on and on forever. Well, I'm glad the videos were helpful. Which ones did you find most helpful? Yeah, well, Jared S. is the king of good jokes, but Jason and everybody else is contributing. Okay, give me a second here. Back again. 2005, 17 years ago. I call them the white couple. That's my book, Healing from Depression. At the very bottom, you see that kind of orange thing. There they were, let me see, 2005. She was 14 and he was 25, right then and there. Look at that, lovely. They look like they just came back from going to Winco to get some food or something. Anyway, those are my 2 children. And they're grown up now, and I love both of them. So that's answered if I have children. My son is 58. My God, you must be at least 59, Nancy. Happy Mother's Day to people in the U.S. Mother's Day was Sunday, the 27th March in UK. How come you guys didn't mention it? And did Mother's Day in the UK have the same genesis as the one here with Anna Jarvis? Probably not. Why should you only put 239 beans in your chili? Because one more would be too farty. Antoine L. John, thank you for sharing. You're welcome. I'm glad I made it to another one of your lunches. I really need your help. Well, go Tom and Fan. What kind of help do you need? Let's see if we can give you some good ideas. It's 32 minutes after the hour. This is the Depression Recovery Radio Hour. Or I keep saying radio. I used to have a radio show. I really like radio much better than TV. The Depression Recovery Video Hour with Pastor Doug on my YouTube channel. What would be best for someone who recently took antibiotics for a sinus infection but ended up getting an agitated anxiety from it? Oh, wow. I know. Go to a really good, really good therapist. And I have this computer where I can't figure out how to make things lighter. There's a touch bar. Well, oh, maybe that's it right there. Okay. Much better. I can see the screen much better. Anyway, so Charles, find a good psychotherapist who works with anxiety. It will probably pass. It was a paradoxical reaction. It's not going to last forever. Someone stole my generator. I feel powerless. Favorite Uncle Hubert, I love your, wow, what a huge crow that is. I love your presence on this channel. Thank you for being here. I mean, I love all your presences. Yeah, that's pretty good, Jared. I don't know where you're getting them. Oh, you have a lot of joke books. That's right. Yes, Charles Vergara, I agree. That's a very, very good joke. All right. Again, my video yesterday was called "What is Complex PTSD?" Those of you who have it, there are ways to get it. What is meant by agitated depression? It means you have both depression, which means you're like a slug, and then you have agitation. It means you're highly anxious and agitated while you're depressed. The worst of both worlds. Gautama found I've been suffering from a hypomanic anxiety episode for at least 8 months. Join the club. I've tried nearly everything, but nothing's been working well. There are a lot of mood stabilizers out there. Wellbutrin, Geodon, not Wellbutrin, what am I talking about? Lamictal, Geodon, Seroquel, which I'm on, a bunch of them. Depakote, lithium. You got to talk to your prescriber. There is something you can take that would help. Delta Airlines stands for don't expect luggage to arrive. Yes, I've had that problem. Oh, Danielle, you hate Mother's Day. I know. And Houston, we're going to go to Joel Osteen one day, and your daughter, I hope she gave you a nice little card. What do you hate about Mother's Day, Danielle? Hey, Mario Semino. Doug, I remember that you were publishing a book on suicide prevention. Did you publish it, or are you still on it? I want to. It's still in process. I'm going to try doing an audiobook first. Thank you for mentioning that. I need encouragement. I've been too busy dealing with my health issues and some issues of finances. Those of you who are invested in the market, yeah, you understand. Well, Ana Gomez doesn't like Mother's Day either. Well, I guess Danielle is got company. Do you think eating vegan or eating meat is better? Well, I believe that meat is okay, but it should be done in very modest quantities. I think the staple of your diet should be fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds. I've done a lot of studying. Dr. Joel Fuhrman, who's brilliant, and a lot of other nutritionists. And if you look at the longest lived people in America, Seventh-day Advocates, completely vegan. Now, I'm not saying vegan is for everybody. I mean, the Mediterranean diet has some fish, so I'm not saying no meat. I am saying, however, vegetables and fruits and things with fiber and phytonutrients should essentially compose most of your diet. And if you look at blue zones, places where people live the longest, you'll see that very, very kind of dietary practice. You're seeing a psychiatrist. You won't get to see a doctor until July. Well, guess what, Gautam and Fan? A psychiatrist is a doctor. And that's the person you should talk to about your hypomanic episode. That's the expert. Yes, it's hard to do vegan when you're traveling, isn't it, Daniel? Are you traveling for work? Mother's Day means nothing to me. Thanks to my birth giver from hell who damaged me for life. But guess what, Uncle Hubert? Your mother maybe damaged you, but she did give you life, and I think you believe it's better that you're here than you're not. I'm sure you've helped some people. Well, my mother was pretty not really helpful, but since she's died, I've come to forgive her more. So I hope that you can make peace with your mother. In the meantime, you're a wonderful person, so somebody did something right in your childhood. 5-HTP is a metabolite of tryptophan, which is the precursor to serotonin. A lot of people take it as an antidepressant. Cowtown fan. Don't give up. You're trapped in a blizzard. You can't see your way forward. Better will come. I've suffered for 24 years. I'm still here. I like turtles. I'm well. I'm feeling pretty good, even though the stock and barn market are very challenging right now. When you scuba dive and grab an eel grabs your thigh, that's a moray. That's the one thing I don't get. Fish is meat, LOL. Yes. I didn't say it wasn't. You forgive your mother as well? Yeah, we need to forgive our mothers. We don't need to. I have, because she was really doing the best she could, and she did some good things for me. Like, she yanked me out of a really bad mental institution, which was really horrible. The doctors didn't want me to go. She came and she said, I'm taking Douglas out. This is not good for him. And she was right. Yeah, it is true. Your mother gave you life, and I'm telling you, people always are trying to do the best they can with the awareness they have. I believe that. Even our horrible human being Putin, who's creating all hell in the world, in some ways, like, he thinks that's going to make him happy. He's deluded, right? The Dalai Lama says all people are seeking happiness. That's right. But sometimes people seek happiness in a way that's destructive, and that's because they're messed up. So we don't let them get away with it, but at least we have compassion. Remember, Jesus said, love your enemies? Doesn't mean let your enemies get away with hell, though. Sometimes people are mean when they're scared to admit they are scared to face situations and mock it with evilness. Yes. Well, I don't think I can forgive my mom. She's part of the reason I'm suffering this episode. Well, you should, first you have to try your parent to find them guilty, and then after a while you can forgive them. I didn't really forgive my mother until I was 55 years old, so I don't feel bad. There's a little town in West Texas called Ba Maria. I always sing, that's Ba Maria to the tune of That's Amore. That's very funny. Oh, very funny. Thanks for the advice. I hope therapy session will give me a toolbox of sorts. Been living with this stuff for 15 years. Tried 8 therapists, still in a mess. Sometimes you just feel like you're wasting money. Yeah. But when you find the right therapist, you'll notice it. I had really bad luck with therapists until I met this woman named Sarah, who unfortunately retired. Forgiveness is a powerful thing, says Jason. It means you can move on. That's true. Holding resentments against somebody is like taking poison and expect the other person to die. But you have to get out your anger and your condemnation. You can't have what's called cheap forgiveness, right? If someone hurt you, like, ran away with your best friend, ran away with your wife or your husband, that happens so many times. You can't say, well, I forgive you, we're doing the best you can, you ruined my marriage, right? But you have to say, you miserable piece of, what? I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And then maybe after a couple of years you say, all right, hey, the love of my life ran off with a hippie that I introduced her to in 1981. Caused me to have a breakdown. I had to leave Eugene, my wonderful home, live with my parents for a year. But guess what? I moved to Portland, met Joan, and started my home mental health ministry. So what was meant for my harm turned out to be for my good. So I can't be mad at this woman anymore because she helped me out without knowing it. So I do believe, I have a video called All Things Are Working Together for Good in Our Lives, and thank you for that donation. Thank you for all you do to help those of us suffering with difficult afflictions. I appreciate you. Yes. Thank you very much. By the way, if you are wanting to donate something here and help this channel without having YouTube take 37% of the money you give, you can go to PayPal. Is my PayPal address. If any of you have PayPal, you can just send your donations there, and you can just make them from friends or family. It's just another way to help the station out. It's often the nicest people who suffer the most. You're right, you're right, you're right. M. Scott Peck once said some of the most evil people in the world are the parents of mentally ill children. I just can't forgive, though. It's hard for me to forgive the people who've ruined me. Well, don't say they've ruined your life. Just say they've ruined your life up until now. You know what's going to happen. I had a ruined life until I was 47. What do you call a fear of worldly goats? Agoraphobia. That's very funny. Last time we got gas in Bal Maria, a kid pointed to a gun in another guy's holster and said, "Look, Daddy, pew pew." Sounds like a hole in the wall, Danielle. I was once stuck in a place called Winnemucca, Nevada for days. Couldn't hitchhike out of there. Boy, that was bad. Had to call my mother and get a plane ticket back to New York. Yes, you're right. Hurt people hurt other people. You're right, Lazy Ranch. If someone's being mean, that means they're suffering inside. Yeah, nice people don't do bad things. Hey, Patricia Ann DeMello. Aloha. Aloha to you. I just found something called a poke dish. Anyone ever hear of this? P-O-K-E, poke? I just got turned on to it. It's wonderful. By the way, hit that like button, guys. We need to get a little bit more people on here today. That's true, by the way. They ruined your life, but that's past. You're right. The future is always a new thing. My friend got a cheap circumcision. It was a ripoff. Boy, that's hard for we Jews, isn't it? So what do we have? 47 people. Well, better than the kick in the pants. Let's see if we can get over 50. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. According to Anna Gomez, when you're taking a shower or sitting on the toilet, you are eliminating the unwanted, right? Your bowel movement. Think about those people and just symbolically flush the hate. It's weird, but try it one time. All right. Galtaman fan, my life has been ruined. I haven't been able to do anything. How old are you, right? You haven't been able to do anything yet. But you know, if you say my life has been ruined, you're hypnotizing yourself. You could say, my life has been really damaged, but I can make it through. I can heal, right? My life has been damaged, but I can heal. Say that to yourself. You'll have a whole different consciousness. Let's see if we can hit 50. My life has been damaged, but I can heal. An affirmation. An affirmation for those who have been wounded. What do you think about that, Galtaman fan? My life has been damaged, but I can heal. Think about that. Thank you for your complex PTSD video. It was very complex making it. Thank you. You're more than welcome. What do you call a very rich parrot? A polygarch. Your dad's very clever. I want to heal, but I want it more than anything, but I haven't been healing at all. Well, just keep at it, Galtaman fan. How old are you? I want to know how old you are. You're probably under 40. What causes early morning anxiety? Cortisol. Too much cortisol. You'll have that affirmation, Jennifer Tiana. Affirmations are really, really powerful. You guys come up with a problem, I'll create an affirmation right on the spot. Meaning also that in case you don't know it, this book, Words to Heal, that I wrote in 1987, I've been serializing it on YouTube. Episode 27 is being posted tomorrow. You can go on my channel and go all of these. You can listen to all of these affirmations, or you can just go on. You can go on Audible. Well, here's one going through. Hold on, stop. This is my book on how I recovered from a horrible depressive episode 25 years ago, but I also have Words to Heal on Audible. Audible is really cool. You're 32. I knew you were young. Remember I said you're not over 40? Yeah, that's nothing. 32, I didn't even know my asthma hole in the ground. Tazara Koha. Thanks, friend. Late here, so hit the sack. Yes, Douglas, it's important to forgive. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. Someone smarter than me said holding grudges is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. I actually said that earlier in this conversation, but thank you for repeating it. I agree with you. How can we overcome the fear of death? I don't think it's possible. It's programmed into us by nature and evolution. What we can do is not focus on the fear of death. Somebody pushes you in front of a car, you're going to jump out of the way. That's your survival instinct, which actually is very helpful when people are suicidal. I write about that in my book and on my website, Overcoming Suicidal Pain. Is running the best exercise for anxiety and depression? It's one of the best because it definitely gets the endorphins going and gets your heart rate up. Anything that gets your heart rate going really hard, sweat, is good. Running is definitely a very good option. Man, 51. Well, let's see if we can maybe hit 60, huh? My relative isolation. In this house, keeps curtains down, puts plastic film on the windows, stays in a small room all day with a computer. Any advice? Yes. Go follow a therapist and find there's a way that you can gradually get out of the house. You're not going to heal in that situation, I promise you. Reach out for help. Do you have any friends? Do you have any family? Isolation is the big, enemy of recovery. What did the fly say when he hit the windshield at 80 miles an hour? Hey, that's me all over. You're still young. That's right, Jason. At 32, you're just a child. I'm 73, huh? It's the same for me in making music. I just realized I lost touch with it, so I don't pressure myself to get anything big done. Every now and then I go back to it and enjoy it a little bit. Well, that's good, your favorite Uncle Hubert. Music is wonderful. Why are there so many aspirin in the jungle? Because paracetamol. Don't get that. Paracetamol? Explain that, Ian. That'd be great if you could explain that affirmation. 58, 56, let's hit 60. Hit the light button, guys. We've got only about 11 minutes left. What do you call a marriage between two laboratory attendants? A marriage of convenience. What happened when the dentist and the manicurist got together? Sorry about that. What happens when the dentist and the manicurist married and it was a bad marriage? They fought tooth and nail. The dentist and the manicurist fought tooth and nail. I like that. Hi, all good? All good. Shubham, nice to see you again. Everything makes my heart go up, walking, going up and down stairs, or even eating. Well, is that due to anxiety, or is that due to the fact you just are breathing hard? I told someone last night that they said they don't believe in reincarnation. I said, yes, you do. Go to the florist. Very funny, Chad. Very, very funny. Fear of death. Make sure you have a good life. Yes. Any exercise that gets the heartbeat going is fine. Absolutely. 16 minutes once a day that gets the heart rate up so you break a sweat. I've heard that's what you need, the basic to essentially overcome depression, or to improve the symptoms of depression. What do you call two football players in Hawaii? Padded bras. Bros in other states, okay? All right. Susan Jones, I have serious chronic health issues. The first doctor said I would likely die. I was scared and shocked. By the third time a doctor said I die, I had acceptance, no fear. JMHO. Well, maybe you could tell me what JMHO means. You're still alive, Susan. You obviously are doing a good job taking care of yourself. This is my protein shake. There's only a little at the bottom. I'm going to spoon it out. I was too busy trying to solve a chess problem to get myself really ready here, but here I am, and you guys are asking great questions and you're making great jokes. So thank you for being here. We have 55 people. Let's hit the like button. We have 8 minutes left. Let's see if we can hit 60. How do you get rid of cortisol? You don't. It's a chemical that's produced by the adrenals. You just don't want it happening in the wrong time. Oh my sister just called, who I was going to call as soon as this was over. She told me to keep watching and call back when she found out it's my mental health hour. I love her. Isn't that wonderful, Lazy Eye Ranch? You have a lot of difficulties in your life, but you have someone who loves you. What a blessing. Holden, I feel very isolated, but I find solace in crochet and crafts. They're wonderful things to do. If I can still make beautiful things for others, that's a start. Absolutely. Are you giving them away or selling them? Aha. Someone likes something that the SARS said. They just found the gene for sinus. They would have found it earlier, but it was hiding behind 2 other genes. All right. You gave it a like. Thank you. 61. Yeah, thank you, Chad. All the rest of you. Michael Collins, thank you for your help. You've saved my life. When people say I saved your life, I feel very, very gratified, but I want to know more specifically, how did I save your life? It wasn't me who saved your life. It was the videos, which were written by me in collaboration with others, filmed by others. It's a group effort to put these videos out, but I want to know what video was most helpful so I can continue to come back to that video. So if there was one video that made a difference, Michael, fine. Otherwise, thank you for your, for your nice thoughts. I'm glad you're feeling better. Just my humble opinion. That's right. IMHO is in my humble opinion. Yes, I have to be very careful and protective of my health. It often makes life difficult. Do you have like an autoimmune disease, Susan? I think my ornaments are adjusted to my Christmas. They've been hooked on trees the whole lives. Very funny. My sister took care of me when I was 5. My mom was in the hospital. They say I cried when I had to go back home. I wanted to stay with her. Wow. Well, you've got her in your life right now. Again, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Now, I just got a message from the grave. My son just wished me a happy birthday. So I want to show you my son. He died an early death, unfortunately. And, Joe and I have still been dealing with it. Okay, now we don't want to do that. We want to go to all photos. And we want to go to albums, and we want to go to see all. We want to go here. Yes, from the grave, Bruce Bloch wishes me and Joan, well, wishes Joan a happy Mother's Day, but wishes me a happy Parents' Day. Here he is, 13 years he lived, was a therapy cat for the support group, brought joy to myself, Joan, all the neighbors, the cycling community who put him on their backs. Bruce Bloch. Did I say it's my birthday? No, my birthday is February 22nd. Is there anything that would be done for having bad dreams? Yes, there's actually a medication for it called, I think, prazosin. It's a beta blocker. Talk to your doctor about it. My sister turned 28, but she's in good health. I'm so glad she quit smoking over 20 years ago. Well, yeah, that was a good choice, don't you think? Just being there when we're down out and giving us helpful ways to get out of it is life-saving. Thank you, Life. It's a good name to have. Embracing life, right? Yes, one of my health issues is an autoimmune disease. Yes, Susan. When people say they have chronic health issues, it's an autoimmune disease like chronic fatigue syndrome or rheumatoid arthritis. Boy, they suck, don't they? You brought me back. I found you on Spotify, then YouTube, and brought your books. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad to be of help. That's what this is all about, is service. For me, it's knowing that I'm not alone and people understand my condition. Absolutely. That is so true. There are so many people are suffering from depression. It's unbelievable. So, a quick question for you guys. I'm going to make an audiobook based on all the videos I've done, 260 videos. I'm going to take some of them and convert them into audio files. And I thought of a name of this book. How to break up. I felt every feeling and cried all day for 20 days. The pain was extreme. Now I'm okay. I really think crying is healing medicine. Absolutely. Sadness is the healing feeling. And I love is that the cat with the glasses? And nice to see you. Thank you for your €5 donation. I hope you and Joan find a new kitty soon. No one can replace Bruce, but a new one will have another kind of personality to love. You're so right. So, do any of you remember a film called Ghostbusters years ago with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd? You'd have to be at least over 50. But I have a list of songs I play every morning to wake myself up when I can't get out of bed, and I call them Depression Busters. And so I thought, So I want to know what you think of this title before we go. Okay, can I get some feedback? Okay, well, this is called Depression Busters. 15 strategies to, improve your mood and heal from depression. Something like that, but that's the title, Depression Busters. Wonder if how that title appeals to you as the title of an audiobook or even a regular print book or an ebook. It just came to me this morning. I think it's kind of catchy. Today is Mother's Day. It's May 8th. It's 2022, 19, yeah, right. I remember when I was 13 years old and I thought way down the road to 2000, it was 1962. I said, wow, 2000, that's like the space odyssey. That's like the future. That's like way, way out there. Now it's 2022. Life is fast. Life is short. Enjoy it while you can. Yes, I do offer one-on-one life coaching. I do it not so much on Zoom, but over the phone. If you want to participate in that, Michael, I do it with a lot of different people. We could do it on Zoom if I could figure out how to make Zoom work. It's probably not that difficult. So, what do you call a cat that works in an office? A bureau cat. Your dad makes dad jokes. That's why they're called dad bush. I had an original Ghostbusters t-shirt when the movie came out. Some people complimented my retro. Low. I like Depression Busters. It works for me. I ain't afraid of being sad. Is that... Where'd that come from? Do you ever recover from a nervous breakdown? I've recovered from 1, from 2, from 3, from 4. 4 nervous breakdowns, and I've fully recovered from all of them. You could use a life coach. Well, they're all over the place, actually. They're very popular. But the way I do my coaching is I take this book, Healing from Depression, and I have people go through 1 chapter every week. It's a 12-week recovery program. By the time they get to the 12th chapter, they feel a lot better. So mine is very, very structured. It doesn't involve counseling or therapy. It's more like educational, educating people to coaching strategies. It's really like a course more than counseling. Man, write a goodbye letter, burn it or dissolve it. A good way to symbolize goodbye closures. Thank you. Yes. Oh, dad joke. Does that mean it was made up by your dad or a dad joke that you got out of a book? Pastor Doug, Bruce Steele rules. Lazy Eye, how is your Raven? Have a good week, everyone. Thank you, Jack. Love to you, Jason Clue. I'd love to meet you if I ever come to the UK. Quick hit of yogurt. I know I shouldn't be eating on the air, but again, I didn't eat lunch or breakfast. All right. We're almost completed. I know I got started 5 minutes late, so we can go to 105, but made up my dad all of the jokes. Oh, your dad actually made them up. Meeting you, Douglas? Yeah, if I came to the UK, man, there'd be so many of you to visit. Maybe you could all gather in London. We could have a party somewhere. Yeah, I know. I guess flying's okay. I mean, I guess the COVID is sort of on the way out. Man, doing charity helps a lot. He fills in your stories by giving therefore you receive. Yeah, by giving you do receive. Yeah, 700 moons, absolutely. So we're about to close up. Anyone make any final donations, that would be good. You can also PayPal me at douglasblog@gmail.com. If you would like to get a free copy of this chart, just go to my website, douglasblog.com, and you can get it right there. And also, I didn't mention this, but for 2 years I created a website called Overcoming Suicidal Pain. It's wonderful. Doesn't get a lot of traffic, but people who go there really are helped by it. So lots of resources. You can go to my website, douglasbloch.com, to find them. Holden McGroin, happy Parents' Day to you and to Joan. Stay safe. Sometimes I think you're all I have left. Well, that's nice, Holden. Well, I'm sure there are other people out there that must care about you. I hope there are anyway. And if you have a good therapist or counselor, that's another person. Okay, Jason. What did Jason say that's not good? I can't really find it. Busting makes you feel good. And I don't know what busting is. Unless you mean getting on the street. It's not when you're on the street and you're playing music and wanting people, that's boxing or something like that. Anyway, UXINJ. I forgot to send by PayPal. I don't want YouTube taking what I'm donating to you. Well, again, my PayPal address. Jennifer. And put friends and family, otherwise PayPal will take your money. 5%. Not as much as 37%. But of course YouTube gives me the opportunity to have this platform, right? All right. There you have it. I have your book, Healing from Depression. Well, Gautama fan, read it one chapter at a time. Go over it with a counselor. It's a good primer on depression recovery. Okay, well, a week from today is May 15th. And guess what May 15th is? My brother and my father's birthday. Well, I have to have my brother come on the line and say hello. Well, if my father were alive today, he would have been 109 years old, or no, 1913, 2013, yeah, 109 years old. So next week we're going to say, give a happy birthday to Ted. Absolutely. One more picture to show you guys. Oh, God, getting up with a hip replacement. Oh. This photo was taken 10 years ago on my brother's 60th birthday. Get this out of here. There we are. Didn't I look so thin and trim? That's my nephew on the right. Anyway, there's my brother, going to be 70 years old. I mean, here, he's going to be 70 years old. He's turning 70 in a week. Wow. Have to send him a great big birthday card. A nice grounded Taurus. So, be well, take care of yourself. Remember, this too shall pass, nothing lasts forever. Your pain is not forever. One step at a time, one day at a time. One day you'll wake up and you'll be in a different state of consciousness and things will look a lot better. Never give up, never give up. And I'll say one more time. Never give up. See you next. My late father was called Ted. It's a wonderful name. You know, Theodore means beloved of God, or lover of God. So until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. And Words That Heal upload is tomorrow, episode 27.